This week we're talking about what every nation needs. Yesterday we celebrated the 4th of July here in the United States of America. Our country here, the United States of America, needs certain things. But you know what? Countries around the world need the same thing. Our desperate need is not for military might. It's not for a good economy. It's not for a lot of things that we think are so crucially important. What this country desperately needs, and every country needs, is God at the core of everything. We're looking at Ezekiel chapter 22. And in Ezekiel chapter 22, so far we've seen that the preachers failed the people in verse number 25 and 28. Let me tell you something, that's happened here in the United States of America. And people have swallowed the lies that preachers are giving to them. And preachers will give them just a little verse here and a little verse there, and they won't give the proper context of what they're talking about. And you hear preachers say things like, all you got to do is recite the sinner's prayer. Listen, friends, you'll never find an occasion where an alien sinner is saved by a prayer. The fact of the matter is God calls upon us to be obedient to His law, and that requires that we come to Him through faith, repentance, confession, baptism, and live faithful to Him. But people buy these lies. We also notice the fact that the priest, the people who are supposed to be holy, set apart for God, they failed the people. But also in verse number 27, we see that the princes failed the people. Her princes in her midst are like wolves, tearing the prey, to shed blood, to destroy people, and to get dishonest gain. Today we might say it's the politicians. The politicians they're ruthless. They're just out to enrich themselves. And I tell you, there's some truth to that, but let me tell you this as well. You're making a big mistake if you expect the politicians to turn things around. It's not up to them. Oh, I want good politicians. But what America needs is godly men and women, godly mothers and fathers that are bringing children up to know the Lord. That's what America needs. That's what Pakistan needs. And that's what Nigeria and India and other places around the world. We need godly families that love the Lord and are willing to submit to God no matter what. I want you to listen closely to me. Here in the United States of America, if you are a faithful child of God, you have more power than all the members of Congress. You have more power than the one who sits in the White House, and you have more power than the Supreme Court. You say, I don't feel like it. If you're a faithful child of God, you're able to go boldly before the throne of grace and seek help in time of need. America needs godly Christians that will be praying for this country and living holy lives. Join us again tomorrow.